is calling us to do. Regardless of whether we like it or not, all of us who are sitting in here are going to have to face death. All of us who are sitting in here is going to have our name called. But I would like to say when God called my name or called my number, I'll be able to say, God, I did as much as you called me to do. That I left it all out. I impacted as many people as I could. And God is calling you while you have life, health, and strength in your body. You need to make sure that you are doing the right thing in order for the right thing to happen in your circle. I'll leave you with this. There's a story about a young girl who would always go out and catch the bus. When she would leave her house, they had these bushes. And when she was going out one time, she started hearing chirps in the bush. She looked over into the bush and saw a little bird had already made a nest in the bush. Every day she would leave to go catch her bus, she would go and check on the bird, make sure the bird was all right, keep hearing the bird chirping in the nest. And every day she would go and do that. When she came back home, she would make sure the bird was all right, look into the nest, make sure the bird was good. And one morning she got ready to go catch the bus. She went and checked to see if the bird was in the nest, and the bird was no longer there. She was confused and hoping that the bird would come back. She got off the bus out of school, went, checked again. The bird was no longer there. She started having questions. Why is the bird not in the nest? Next morning, got back up, tried to check for the bird again, but the bird was no longer there. She started having more questions. What is going on with the bird? Every time I got up in the morning, the bird was always chirping, and when I got back, the bird was good. And the next came back home from school, checked the nest, and the bird was no longer there. She started asking questions of her parents. Why is the bird no longer in the nest? Well, the parents had to tell her that the nest was only there to help the bird just for a little while. And when the bird gets too big, the bird has to fly on to a higher height and to a better place because the nest can no longer contain the body that's in that nest. I came by here on this afternoon to say that after all that has happened, that the spirit was no longer able to contain the body of Larry Atkins, that the nest was no longer able to contain, and the spirit was able to be released from that body and go on to higher heights. And I don't know about anybody else in here on this afternoon, but some of us ought to praise God that one day God is going to allow us to go to higher heights and to bigger and better places, that there's going to be a place where there's no more moaning. There's going to be a place where there's no more crying. There's going to be a place, as the old saint said, where the hearse don't roll in that land. There's going to be a place where there's no more sickness. There's going to be a place where there's no more illness. There's going to be a place where there's no more cancer. There's going to be a place where there's no more shootings. There's going to be a place where there's no more murders. But one day God's going to call us up to that place of heaven. God bless you, family. It was said already. I'm just going to reiterate it. Keep on holding to God's unchanging hand.